Hello, my name is Michael Neese. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Bowmo. This video is going to give you a chance to hear from two important people, Petra and Stefan, who are two members of the OWNverse team, working together with the Bowmo team to build our cloud-based software platform that we call Bowmo 2.0. Now, while the legal folks are finishing up the paperwork to complete Bowmo's acquisition of OWNverse, the two development teams are already working together every single day to build Bowmo 2.0 that combines artificial intelligence and extended reality technologies to greatly improve human resources and recruiting at scale. During this roundtable discussion, you're going to hear directly from them about their backgrounds and the software development progress that we're making. Petra, we'll start with you. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your background and your perspective on the HRTech market.
Thank you. My name is Petra P, and my responsibility in the OWNverse and Bowmo team, I am leading the efforts behind the product design and the research behind it. And a bit about my background. My background is in architecture and engineering. I worked in this field for 8 years, and then 7 years ago, I entered the field of new technology, in intelligent technologies, and I started specializing in XR and reality simulations for space. And ever since, I fell in love with that, and I stayed in the field, and I started a practice. Research practice 6 years ago, and I worked with companies all over the world, and I helped them build the XR products and platforms. And right now, I'm really glad to be in the OWNverse team and work on this new platform together with the Bowmo team. And it's a really, really exciting new case because the HR, I think every one of us has the experience in the past, like how complicated it can be to deal with the HR softwares and HR tools. And so it's really exciting to have the opportunity to build something that is should be simple, should be very easy to use. And that's what the Bowmo 2.0 is going to be. And since I am also responsible for the tech research, for the design research and the market as well, we are looking at cases and what is on the market in terms of AR and XR for HRTech. And it's a very unique sphere. There is not really much on the large scale. There are many AI tools and many XR tools, I guess, but it's always in a form of an integration, or it's some kind of tool integrated in the platform. But what we aim at is mostly a unified whole that is large scale. So I think that is unique, and it's going to have a big impact in the HR sphere.
And for those of you who don't know, if you want to read more articles on what Petra has learned, she's authoring a 5-part article series that you can find on the Bowmo blog. And Stefan, your turn. Please introduce yourself, a little bit about your background and your perspective on this platform this Bowmo OWNverse platform that we're building.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for having me here. I think, my name is Stefan Bashkevich. I'm CEO of the OWNverse. So my background starts, I think, like from my childhood when I was stuck on the computer. I was absolutely in love with CGI, and actually, eventually, I'm here. I think for now, you can call me like serial entrepreneur. I founded like several companies, and up to date is like more than 3, and one of the biggest one is the OWNverse. Going to the Bowmo right from this point is that when we was building all the companies and eventually the owners as well, the core idea was receiving a lot of feedback, working with a lot of customers, a lot of people developing some applications, and the core idea was to develop something useful, meaningful. And when we started OWNverse, we saw that there's a lot of technologies there, like extremely hyped, so the metaverses, Web3, blah blah blah. But we was working close to the market, to real customers, and we saw the lack of, you know, the meaningful things, and in ours we wanted to change that. Yeah, we wanted to put some extra value to benefit like real people, you know, find that real use cases that will just not, and it's not usually about entertainment. Yeah, there's a lot of domains, and since some time we met Bowmo team, and that was absolutely amazing, because we actually found what we was looking for. We found the opportunity to show that those technologies can be used in this direction and can be meaningful, useful, and there was like, people are surprised, like we have AI, we have XR. How do we merge these things with HR? I mean, it is actually on the surface, because 5 years from this point, yeah, each domain will use those technologies, and who will start the first will do the best impact. And we will be here the first one, and we'll be doing something like extremely outstanding. That's for sure.
Now, we've used a couple of acronyms here, AI, which a lot of people have heard about, but we've also used XR, which a lot of people may not be familiar with. So could each one of you just take a couple of minutes and describe what is extended reality, this thing we call XR?
Yeah, that's a good one. I can take it from here. And Petra, you will add. So extended reality is basically mixed yeah, it's a mix of AR, VR, anything else. So we can, you know, like unite all these things onto XR. Basically, everything that extends our common sense of you know, like interacting with the, you know, like each day reality. Yeah, and because right now there's like a lot of things that extend this. Yeah, we know that VR, AR is like basically same thing, but from the development point of view, sometimes they're completely different. And the thing that Web3 or metaverses is like something another level. Yeah, it's like when you start living your life in different reality, in a virtual reality. But you can do that from the desktop, but you're still like completely going there. Yeah, it's like immersive reality. And it also one of the definition that goes to the XR. Yeah, and Petra did a lot of researches, so I believe we can add a lot of things to mine.
Yeah, we can add a lot, yes. But as you said, it's a VR, it's a virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. It's an umbrella term for all these three. And in simple terms, I would say that it allows us to visualize something that is not physically real, and we can still perceive it through three-dimensional interface. So it's something. It's based on information. It's based on data sets. So it's an informational reality that you can see. Until now, we had all that, but we couldn't see it. It was all as sets or all as a database. But right now, we can actually make it 3D, and we can see and we can interact with this reality. So this is absolutely groundbreaking. So yeah, it really extends whatever we live, like any aspect of life, it will be extended via XR. So, I mean, most people think about gaming and so on. And yes, this was like the first domain of XR, but right now the biggest one is business and the consumption and so on. So it's going to be in all domains, in all sectors. So yeah, it's incredibly exciting, and especially in combination with AI.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing probably is that all these technologies, all these definitions, they also change the way we interact with the computer, because I mean, the other day it was, keyboard and a mouse, but right now we're just talking with a computer, and soon enough we will be talking to human-like avatar, whoever. That will be, and the key word here is like human-like. Yeah, and so the interaction change drastically whenever like these new technologies appear. And this is not about the niche or the main. It is for everyone, and for the way we interact, like completely. Yeah. So, and this is absolutely reasonable to try to apply these technologies to every domain right now. and
Mhm.
try to benefit from that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a key point you made, that we're first starting our focus on transforming human resources and recruiting, but we could repurpose and reconfigure the same Bowmo OWNverse platform to other industry verticals after we deliver a solution to this first vertical. Can either of you give me an example of what I might experience if I'm in a three-dimensional experience trying to do some kind of work?
We can actually start from something more grounded. Let's say there is no three-dimensional space. Let's start with three-dimensional human-like avatars that interacting with you, and you start your working routine, interacting with the platform by simply asking a question or telling what you want. And imagine how simple is that. I mean, this is, again, we do not invent anything here right now. Yeah, we are about to do some revolution, in HR, like merging this thing together. But right now, we're talking about some simple concepts that are so close right now. Yeah, we just want people to understand that this is possible and should be used everywhere. And we're about to think how cool we can make it in regards of HR, and that should be possible. We will do some cool features and tricks to make this process seamless as possible, because we have some some cards. We have a lot of data, etc., that we will use to make this experience smoother. But yeah, as you say, Michael, the simplest example. Yeah, just let's try to forget about this interfaces, this plenty of buttons, this complex inputs, forms, blah blah blah. Let's just make a platform with a human-like avatar, and let's just allow people to talk and explain themselves and get the results, and not be overloaded.
Yeah, Petra?
Yeah, I think that the point of XR is to make things easy and simple, just like AI. I mean, when they are combined, it's just going to simplify the life of anyone who's going to use that. And of course, in HR domain, that is, it's going to be a lot that where this can help. And just like Stefan said, I mean, it can come in so many forms. It can be, you can speak to a digital person. You can be in space. It can be both. You can interact with 3D objects, 2D objects. So it's just an overlay to reality and the point is to make your life more comfortable and to speed up and automate and optimize anything that you could do, you could want to do in any domain. So it's not there to put more steps so you can achieve your goal. It's to take away these steps. It's to create a space where you can focus more on the qualitative aspect of what you are trying to do, instead of filling out the blanks and trying to fight with a very incoherent platform. So it's there to help us. So yeah, it's an amplifier of life.
Wow, that's well said. And when all three of us are technologists, but I've come to appreciate the fact that we're just using technology to make it easier for human-to-human relationships.
Yes.
And communications. Yeah. And we want to do that as simply and seamlessly as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are some views that this could actually hinder the human-to-human relationship, but I think it's exactly the opposite, because it's exactly about enhancing it, because it creates more space, so you can connect more. So it's not there to put a wall between you and the. So.
Yes. Well, thank you both.
I would like to mention one thing. There's a fun fact that actually, in research, a combination of AI and XR is a future. It's marked as like it's gonna come. So it's not really marked as like, it's not really seen that it's here. So I think what we are doing is very experimental and very groundbreaking, and especially when you want to implement it on a large scale. And since most researchers see it as upcoming, it's not yet here, but we are already in it. So I think that's great for us in Bowmo.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much, both of you. And thank you to the rest of the Bowmo, the OWNverse team. And thanks to the Bowmo shareholders who continue to support and believe in our teams and as we build an extraordinary product and an extraordinary company. Now, our plan is to publish additional videos to keep you informed about what's happening with the product and the company. So post your comments and questions, and we'll do our best to publish future podcasts to respond to your questions and keep you informed. And really, thanks for being an integral part and really the best part of building this company. Thanks, Petra.
Thanks,
Stefan.
Michael.
Bye-bye.